So what is the best sport touring bike of all time? I think I'm standing right here in front of it. So this is my 2006 ZG1000, better known as the Concourse. And from 2006 to 2000 to 2002, 1998, 96, this was the same exact bike. Nothing changed. There was one update from the original. The first Concourse was released in 1987. It was basically a fairing and saddlebagged version of what Tom Cruise rode in Top Gun. And they just churched it up, added 100 cc's, and made it into the sport touring bike that you see here today. It had a little bit of a refresh around 1993, changing the brakes and the gauge clusters and just a few things here and there, but largely unchanged this entire time until finally they retired it. And it was the right thing to do because this was getting long in the tooth and other competitors had moved far ahead of them. But this bike has an iconic following. There are a few other places you are gonna go online looking for a minute, small answer for a specific problem. And someone on the Kawasaki owners group or Concourse owners group rather, they are gonna have the solutions for this. There's nothing really to go wrong with these bikes. They're very simple. They have hydraulic clutch, hydraulic obviously front and rear disc brakes, shaft drive, dual-sided swing arms, so you don't have to worry about any of that weird bearing issue type things. You have conventional forks up front. These are notoriously reliable engines. They can do, this one currently is at 89,000 miles on the original engine. Only thing that's been replaced is the clutch. Everything else, wearables, brakes, oil, all the normal things you would do to take care of this bike, that's been done. And so this bike has been running strong for that long. And that's how you're gonna see a lot of them out there on the road. You're gonna see 55,000 miles, 100,000. There are people out there with over 200,000 miles on these bikes. And the reason they can do those long miles is because they are simple motorcycles. This technology is 1980s. They didn't do anything fancy. It's carbureted, shaft drive, simple hydraulic clutch that doesn't need to be adjusted, just bled every year and replaced with fresh fluid. Super easy to do. But from the cockpit, you have a fuel gauge, you have a neutral light, an oil light, a high beam, low beam light, and that's it. There is nothing else. Oh, you get a clock. And one of the big factors about buying a motorcycle like the Kawasaki Concourse is affordability. There's parts readily available. There's bikes everywhere on Facebook Marketplace and Cycle Trader and all the different places that you can think of. And you're gonna find these bikes for anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 in pretty good condition, albeit high mileage. And for about $3,000, you're gonna find something pretty low mileage, pretty well taken care of, that's going to give you a lot of long years to come. I've taken this bike camping for the adventure junkies out there that want to do the adventure riding and the gravel riding. Really give yourself a gut check and make sure that's really what you want to do before you go out and buy that adventure bike, because this bike will take you down a well-packed gravel road to that campsite or that riverside spring or that overlook or whatever it is that you want pretty easily. And you're not going to need to take a big heavy adventure bike or a GS or something like that, because honestly they're going to feel just about the same on those roads. This bike can do almost anything that you want it to. I mean, if you wanted, you could take it out on a track day. You'd have to modify just a few things to be within specifications of the track day, but you could take it on the track. You can do canyon carving with this. You can go on camping trips, like I said. You can cross country and stay in motels and see all there is to see travel out to Sturgis, do the Pacific Coast Highway, Tail of the Dragon, all of the great roads of America, and you're going to do it relatively comfortably. It does not have cruise control like a lot of the modern sport touring bikes, but a little rubber band or a throttle lock or a cramp buster is going to solve that problem for you pretty easily. This has an extra backrest, so I like to put my cooler right there. I've got room for an extra dry bag, and then my 2 saddlebags and my phone mount up here, and it's everything that I need. I don't think you're going to go wrong if you look at a Kawasaki Concourse for your next bike and let it just sit in the corner. You know, maybe you have your dirt bike and you have your sport bike and you really don't want to get the full-on grandpa Goldwing vibe. Grab yourself a Concourse for $2,000. You're going to get yourself a great bike, and you're going to have that bike that can, you know, take your partner up to the motorcycle races, or, you know, on a quick weekend getaway to the mountains, and get you there comfortably. Nobody's backs are hurting, and you can carry all of your gear. And then when you get there, you can have a whole lot of fun. These are about 110 horsepower. They're extremely torquey and smooth, and there's just not a whole lot to complain about. So let me know what you guys think. This is my personal favorite sport touring bike of all time, but let me know what you think. Am I right about that? Am I wrong about that? And for all of you super Concourse fans, give me a thumbs up and let me know just how much you love these bikes too. All right, I'll see you next time. This guy's in the way. Oh, just get out of the way. There was so many pull-offs. You don't seem to care.